Barbell squat 1 1/4 with back feet elevated. This means that your heels will be elevated up onto a plate. Here at Empire, we generally use a 20 kilo plate unless noted as otherwise. In this variation, you'll be setting yourself up with that bar nice and high on your back in a high bar position. From there, taking your time to step back to the plate and placing just your heels alone on that plate. It's not uncommon that we see people place that plate under the arch of their foot, so just making sure it's directly under your heels so that you can press your heels into that plate. From there, with a nice controlled squat, you're going to go down to depth, hit a little quarter squat at the bottom, and then come back to the top. That's 1 rep. Some common mistakes we see with this movement. Number 1 is losing tension. This is what we often very friendly refer to as slut dropping. We do not want to slut drop. We want to have a nice controlled 1 1/4 squat, going down to depth, hitting our quarter squat at the bottom in a nice controlled manner, and then pushing out from the bottom. We want to have as much tension as we can throughout our legs. Number 2 is losing ribcage alignment. This is often seen when we push our hips too far back and we lose our stacking, meaning that we're extending through our lower back. This can also result in our hips tucking under at the bottom and make the movement feel quite uncomfortable and inconsistent. Number 3 is pushing forward into our toes. Even though our heels are elevated, which makes it feel that way, we want to make sure that we're staying nice and upright and pushing our heels down into that plate. From there, we want to make sure that our torso is facing forward and we're looking up throughout the movement so that we can keep a nice upright torso. Instead, make sure that when you're setting up that bar is nice and high on your back. You want to keep a nice controlled movement down to depth. Hit your controlled quarter squat at the bottom with a nice big push up by pushing your heels into the plate to come back to the top.